One day, the dust of days and events accumulated before my eyes. It accumulated to the point that I was filled with many negative thoughts and feelings. My soul became like a jewel covered in mounds of ashes and dust, and I could no longer separate my good essence from my bad appearance. My life became just a constant struggle between a great essence and an unloved and dark pattern of negativity, despair, and indifference. Everything has become equal, so that I can no longer taste the differences, as I used to be, and as my essence which I know so well. This feeling may not mean much in medical or biological terms, but in psychological and spiritual terms, which is the origin, it literally means that you are dead. And just as a person tries to hold on to his physical life and defend it, moreover, he struggles and tries to hold on to his spiritual life and defend it, because it is simply the real life. Rather, it is what helps the body to stay alive from a vital point of view. And as a person goes to the doctor, in order to help him recover from any organic disease, I immediately went to my wise friend. And I called him, "Oh wise one. What do I do? Everything is lost and seeping out bitterly slowly." My wise friend said, "Sit down and listen carefully to what I am going to tell you. In fact, you have not lost anything, and everything is still there, but you do not know the way to it, and you do not know how to dust off precious jewels. Dust is those negative thoughts, the accumulation of events in this life every day, and those restrictions that appear here and there. The jewel is that soul that yearns for freedom and breaking all restrictions, and can only live flying in a pure sky. But the surprise is that those restrictions and barriers, which stand between your soul and that clear sky, are in your brain and how to operate its system that you do not know. Although your brain is the largest and most powerful computer on the planet, rather, it is from him that came out the most advanced computers than the ones we use. However, it does not contain many of the functions that it has integrated into normal computers. He does not know subtraction and division, but he knows addition and multiplication, and also does not know the choice, cancellation. Only the add property is known. This causes the formation of mountains of dust covering your soul and mind, which makes the jewel inside you buried in depth, and you can't see it easily. Unfortunately, when you go to the psychiatrist and ask him for treatment, he tells you immediately, you should not think about negative thoughts until you can get rid of them. And that's because it doesn't know that your brain doesn't have the ability to cancel or subtract and divide, as I told you. It has nothing but addition and multiplication. Thus, when he tells you that you should not think about something, as if he is telling you that you should only think about this thing. In fact, this is exactly what happens. This simply happens because the subtraction and division feature does not exist in your brain, and the only feature that will work is addition and multiplication. Therefore, the amount of thinking about the same thing that you were asked not to think will be doubled. Like if I asked you now not to think about anything black. In fact, you will only think of all the black things at that time. But a nice surprise that I will tell you about. It is that your brain contains all the characteristics and features that far exceed those of any computer that you know or do not know, including subtraction and division. But it is compact and amazingly genius. It is in the multiplication and addition property itself. Like all pure things in this world, its purity increases when it is increased, its production increases when it is taken from it. You cannot purify polluted water unless you add more pure water to it. And you cannot increase the mother's milk unless the infant is taken from it. So when you want to get rid of your negative thoughts, you should think of the good, the beautiful and the positive. And don't bother having those bad thoughts or actions in your life. And when you increase your good deeds and positive thoughts, you will see that your old negative thoughts and bad deeds, it will fade by itself. So, my friend, do not stress yourself in attempts to forget, but just add what is new. It is the great truth that the Kuan told us. Only good deeds remove bad ones.